could not be more out of place. A cop so drunk he can barely stand, armed with a gun, wearing his badge, reportedly trying to start a fight. Tonight, for the first time, you'll see his arrest unfold. You'll hear the police chief take blame for not telling anyone about it, and you'll see what happens when we show up at the now former officer's doorstep.
He's very intoxicated. He's around here somewhere.
It's 2 a.m. on a Saturday night in downtown Denton. A sea of people floods Fry Street as nearby bars shut down.
Hey, how are you?
Many in the college town crowd are on the hunt for Uber drivers. Denton Police are on the hunt for this man, Midland Police Officer Nathan Garcia.
He's got a green polo shirt on. Several people come up and said he's trying to pick fights.
At this point, Denton officers are unaware that they're hunting for a brother in blue. All they know is a man is drunk, covered in urine, reportedly bullying other bar patrons.
Probably.
A Denton officer's body camera spots Garcia slumped over, unable to stand on his own. The chaotic scene escalates when Denton officers realize Garcia has a gun.
Hey, back foot, back hip. Check his back hip.
Denton police officers force Garcia to the ground. People nearby take notice, surrounding the officer-on-officer activity. You can hear bystanders informing the Denton lawmen that the man they're detaining is also a police officer. Flashes of Garcia's badge appear during the takedown.
Back up. He's got a gun. And he's picking fights and he's drunk. You can't be out here drunk.
A sluggish Garcia appears confused and barely conscious. The footage shows Denton police seizing the Midland officer's gun, which an investigation later revealed was loaded with 13 rounds. Garcia was arrested for public intoxication.
Hey, bro.
Me as a chief, I won't put up with it.
Midland Police Chief Price Robinson sat down exclusively with me to talk about officers landing on the wrong side of the law.
Well, obviously, as y'all know, I've received that call, several times, and of course, it's disappointing.
Garcia resigned after the September incident in Denton. He was one of 3 Midland cops arrested last year.
All 3 of them were off duty.
Your public information staff sent out press releases notifying the public media about 2 of them. One gentleman, Nathan Garcia, his arrest was never made public by your department until we uncovered it. Why was no one notified about Garcia's incident?
All in all, it took about 2 weeks to get everything we needed. And we just dropped the ball and didn't send one out. That's the bottom line of it.
Would you call it a mistake?
Yeah, there was nothing malicious about it. Because,
what about the secret police?
Y'all found out about it, you did open records. And this one just took longer. Things happened. It just fell through the cracks.
Would you say you learned anything from it?
Yeah, we just have to be more careful and make sure that, we send that out and notify the public, because I think they have, a right to know.
We wondered what Nathan Garcia himself would want us to know. So we paid him a visit.
I don't think
Hey, we were just looking for Nathan. We're with Local 2 News, and we were just wanting to get his side of the story. Just seeing if he was here. In here, okay. Nathan was nowhere to be found on this trip, but he did answer the door another time and told us he had no comment.
We're here to serve the community. We're supported by the city. We hold the police, to a higher standard.
Would you say second chances are hard to come by?
In some instances, yeah. There are just some things that happen that are deal breakers.
Now, Garcia has a court date in April for that misdemeanor public intoxication charge. Court officials in Denton tell me he's going to try to get that charge dropped. We'll continue to follow the story. Live in the studio tonight, Tyler Thomason, Local 2 News.
Earlier this week, they've been advertising this story. KMID has Tyler Thomason's story that I just filmed for the 10 o'clock news here, and but so I emailed him or sent him a private message on Facebook. Now I'm going to kind of read that to you real quick, and I got no reply. And you know, I think it deserves a reply, yeah, especially of a story right here. I mean, if you want to expose police corruption, let's expose all of it, and at least ask a question. You know what I mean? Don't ignore it. And I'm trying to give you as much evidence as I can. Anyway, it says, I sent KMID an email with pictures and video links. These are important and fair questions that a legit news agency should try to answer. I saw the KMID advertisement for the upcoming story on the police, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. I wondered if it could be one of the secret police that were caught on camera sneaking into my home, stealing evidence, and staging the crime scene of the Capitol murder attempt on my life from 1/28/12. I've offered a $2,000 reward to anybody that can identify all of them. Now that is a news story. And I put a link to my YouTube, Midland, Texas Secret Police. About over 30,000 people have seen that. That's where it has the security camera pictures of the secret police that were caught in my house, stealing evidence covering up the murder attempt. It says the evidence shows these secret police were only caught when they attempted to disable my security cameras but accidentally started it. I'll attach a picture of the log file showing this. It's suspected that one of them is MPD Detective Rosie Rodriguez, and the nurse at the ER documented me telling her that now stolen proof was at my home. I'll attach a picture of the nurse's report saying this. Another suspected secret police is MPD officer April Chandler, who stated she found this proof and checked it into evidence, but the evidence log shows that she lied, plus she is never listed as being at my home. I'll attach a picture showing her statements on the police report, because this is not my word. I'm showing you hard evidence, okay? Another suspected secret police is the now alleged murderer and late MPD K9 officer Chad Simpson. He's alleged to have murdered his young wife 2 days after I posted a story about a young girl being murdered at a 2010 oil show party, prostitution party, while police were present. I was told about this story. It contained a picture of a secret police wearing a Midland K9 police jacket sneaking in my home. I'll attach a picture showing the Facebook post from 2 days before the murder of Sandra Simpson. Okay, and why do I call them secret police? Because there's no police report. The only reason we know is because they accidentally started the camera. Interestingly, I sent Mayor Morales pictures of the still secret police about 6 weeks before the murder of this policeman's wife, Sandra Simpson, and asked if he could confirm or deny if they worked for MPD. He never replied, and I'm sure he didn't expect one of them to go on and murder somebody else, if that is what happened, as it appears. I'll attach a picture. The first two secret police arrived at my home minutes after I'd been shot by surprise and found my phone lines cut, and nobody can tell me who they are to this day. My attorney subpoenaed the police reports, and they were not dispatched to my home. Notice in this security camera video that the headlights on my company car go out right before I call around the corner. The killers were in my car, or at least their friends were, their helpers. Here's the video of those secret police. Could one of them be the late Sheriff Deputy Mike Naylor? Ambushed in my home. There's a link to my YouTube video. My YouTube's under Buddy Webb. I said, this is the short story, and I'll be glad to answer any question that you may have. It's important for the press to hold our leaders accountable. Okay, and once again, this went to KMID, to Tyler Thompson, this guy right there, you see him, and Local 2 News, and I never got a reply, you know. I attached the nurse's report, okay? And I was at the hospital just minutes after being shot in my home, ambushed and shot, phone lines cut, and I'm there, I'm going, there's a voice recorder at my house, alarms kept going off, burglar alarms kept going off. I had proof, go look, there's proof. And Detective Rodriguez was at the same minute saying that she has my necklace and she's going to give it to my brother. So she was in the room when I said there's proof at my house. Okay, Officer Chandler right here, and these are two secret police seen in my house, sneaking in my house that night. She says that she found the voice recorder and checked it into evidence, okay, logged into evidence. But what the problem is that it's not in the evidence logs. She lied on the police report, but so the last person to have proof of a capital murder attempt is Officer Chandler, and I hear her on the radio all the time. Okay, this right here is a secret this is a security camera picture. A guy wearing a Midland Canine Police jacket in my wife, or in my house. And 2 days, look at the date, before this Midland Canine Police officer was alleged to have murdered his wife, I posted this story called Rape and Murder to my Facebook. You can go find it right there. It's December 13, 2014, and December 15th, a Midland Canine Police officer murdered his wife, allegedly. And I got a feeling Sandra seen the Facebook post. She questioned her husband, and so he shot her dead and then killed himself. That's what I think happened. Makes sense to me. All right. This is the private message I sent to Mayor Morales. Look at the date. Okay, 10/29/7/16. Can you confirm if any of these people were Midland police officer? That's a simple question. I'm a citizen. He's the mayor. The police department works for it. Reports up to the mayor. One of the pictures was a guy wearing a Midland Canine police officer. And look at there. 47 days later, a Midland Canine police officer goes and murders a young mother. Now, what would have happened if Mayor Morales would have just said yes or no? Nobody, that is, or yes, that is, and we're going to arrest them. Secret police that were caught on camera covering up the murder attempt on your life. What would have happened there? Okay, Tyler just never replied. So then, here's some obituaries. Here's alleged murderer, Midland Canine Police Officer Chad Simpson. Here's Sandra Simpson and his wife that was murdered. Okay, right? He's a suicide victim, or he's a suicide victim, and she's a murder victim, right? He chose to die, and she didn't, get a choice. Okay, this guy right here is one of our sheriff deputy, Midland sheriff deputy. First two police that showed up looked like they were with the sheriff, and he died just a few months before him. And people are asking if he was one of the first two secret police. So is it possible that we have two police officers that are dead, plus a policeman's wife, all because the mayor didn't answer the question? And then why didn't Tyler reply to that? Anyway, this Buddy Webb, Midland, Texas. Now that's a news story.